I'm a fan of all things Dragon Ball, but when Dragon Ball Daima was announced, it felt like a slap to the face. Goku and company been turned into kids. What? I wanted the more arc to be adapted. I didn't ask for Cabbage Patch Ballsy, but when Daima was released, I hated it with a passion, like a Drake fandom on Kendrick. Bro, I wanted that thing to fail. I was preying on this downfall. But I gave it a chance. This show is awesome. However, the promotional trailer 6 months ago didn't do the show justice. Not only does Daima expand the world building on the demon realm, the Namekians, and Supreme Cast, aka the Glens, it pays homage to the original installments that came before it. Now let's dive in, people. Dragon Ball Daima was the last project Toriyama was involved in before his passing. May his soul rest in peace, as he had other projects on the way as well. But for simplicity's sake, we're going to be focusing on Daima. The overall story was his brainchild, as he set the foundation for the story, the character designs, and the expanding lore. With that said, the screenplay for the series was done by Yuko Kakihara herself, who was involved in projects like Digimon, Pokemon Masters, and Cells at Work. With a resume amazing as that, you know Daima was left in good hands. Dragon Ball Daima's plot is pretty interesting because unlike most inciting incidents in the Dragon Ball series, these villains aren't trying to take over the Earth. They're trying to stabilize the demon realm after King Ghidorah's death. But unfortunately for them, they got to see Goku and his friends in 4K beating the mess out of any intergalactic invaders that got in their way. So Goma and the Gesu were like, when did Earth produce warriors like this? But Arisu, who's also a Glen and related to both the Gesu and Shin, plays into Goma's paranoia of the Z fighters. He eats up what Arisu is saying and it immediately is like, yeah, we're turning them into kids, so we can't have them as a threat. Mind you, the Z fighters don't even know much about the demon world, let alone care about it. Side note, I find it funny Arisu is concerned about her research funding because the board gave her limited funds for her experiments, and Goma essentially tells her, I'm the new sheriff in town, I'm king, so yeah, you're gonna have to find funding somewhere else. And she took that personally. So Goma grabs an octogenarian Namekian, Never, who looks way past his due date to help Goma collect the Dragon Balls and make his wish. But Never the Sly Fox is playing 4D chess while Goma's playing checkers. But we'll get back into that later. So while the Z fighters are celebrating Trunks' 9th birthday, I assume it's 9 because it's 9 candles on the cake, they're happy, elated, and having the time of their lives. But the villains cut that short by turning everyone into babies with the Dragon Balls. But Shenron is the true villain because he gave Goma 1 wish instead of 3 solely because of preferential treatment. Like, Sharon, that can't be legal. Like, I thought you had to be fair and impartial. So the Z fighters enter the demon realm to fix this issue. Throughout Goku and his crew's adventure, he finds interesting characters like the genius Panzu and the cunning Namekian Never to aid him in his quest for the demon realm's Dragon Balls. Panzu cracks me up in this series because she's like a self-insert for Goku's terrible habits. She literally comments on how filthy Goku is with his terrible bathing habits and questions how Chi-Chi can even marry him because how insufferable he is. On that note, I do enjoy how Shin's character is explored throughout the series. He's usually used as an exposition device, but it works because you can see how excited and connected he is about his world and its history. I like Lorio because he stands on business, and that gun will be used in your face to get on his nerves. He's essentially used to the team for getting around and understands the layout of the 3rd demon realm, although his loyalty isn't bound to them. But spoilers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is to Arisu. I wonder how that's going to play out later. Out of all the side characters, Never is my favorite because his gentle personality along with his cunning nature makes him a character you can't help but love. He literally gaslit and manipulated Goma into turning the Z fighters into kids. When asked by Piccolo what would have happened if Goma would have wished for something more ominous for Goku and the crew, Never essentially tells him, yeah, I was just to trick him to make another wish that's harmless. His entire reason for using the Dragon Balls was to bring the Z fighters to the demon realm to fix their problems. And once you get into the sad history of Never being the only Namekian in the demon realm, because the majority of them migrated to Earth or Namek thousands of years ago because of mistreatment in the demon realm, it makes you feel sorry for the old man. Daima expands the lore of Dragon Ball while paying homage to the previous installments before it. Like the Glens, the Supreme Kais originated from the demon realm, specifically the 2nd demon realm. They migrated because they wanted to protect the galaxy and had some differences with the demons that were there. Even Boo's creation is successfully retconned because this old witch here created Boo, not Bibbidi. He pretty much stole the credit. Yikes, that's my brainchild. Which is like, heifer, I don't take credit for my idea. But the witch didn't really care about him just taking the credit because as long as Boo's creation didn't point back at her, she was fine. Last thing she needed was 4 Supreme Kais busted down her door in the middle of the night like the police. Daima even goes out its way to show the process of how she's making new versions of Boo with Cybermen DNA and the piece of Boo, well, for the 2nd Boo-esque clone. These creations are called Ku and Do. Do has a similar appearance to Boo, but he's shorter and green. He's more akin to Boo in terms of his appetite and wanting chocolate and having a very childish demeanor. Sorry for the Marvel reference. Dude smash, dude angry. I'm sorry, had to do the Hulk reference. This man's green. I had no choice. But back on point, not only is he similar in appearance and characteristics to Boo, he also fights similarly to him, especially when it comes to him using his right hand as a weapon. Imagine getting sit on with 3,000 pounds on top of you. I'm sorry, if that's me personally, I'm calling it quits. You can win that fight. The lore in the Demon Realm is rich with a wealth of new lore that just sucks me in. The only problem with the show is that I wish they were adults, but that's just a cry instead of a legitimate complaint. The fight scenes are choreographed with quality in mind, and if you know Dragon Ball, in the words of Trayvon the Titan, we only come here for the action, for the hands, for the smoke. And man, they have that in spades. My favorite fight so far out of the series is the fight between Goku and the first Tamagotchi, because the fight feels so fluid, yet the classic Dragon Ball appeal of the frenetic action and the key blast galore. Goku didn't have to do that Kamehameha blast the poor guy. You already won the fight. What was the point of just flexing on this man? That was just unnecessarily cruel, Goku. But overall, Daima is just a repackaged show for younger audiences. Us older fans can enjoy it if we understand that aspect. It has a classic Dragon Ball appeal and improves on the world building. And let's not forget the late Toriyama was heavily involved in its creation before his passing. So with that in mind, let's enjoy the show from the great man that shared with us the wonderful world of Dragon Ball. Let's stop being elitist fans and enjoy the show for what it is. That being said, it's a show for us to love with all the appeal of the classic Dragon Ball. So, as I'm going to say, have a good day, people. I enjoy you watching my videos. Like, share, and subscribe. It helps the algorithm a lot. Love you guys, and good night. Since it's the end of the video, people, I would like to promote my book, Black Casket. It's a zombie novel about a kid named Ray Dean who dies and goes to purgatory as a zombie. He's trying to be reunited with his parents by finding the undead's holy grail, the Black Casket, a mystical artifact to resurrect the dead and undead. But he'll have to overcome zombie world's bizarre rules that prevent him and other zombies from interacting with the living world in a variety of ways, as well as other zombies that want to find the casket for their own nefarious purposes. Will Ray become human again, or face a fate worse than becoming a zombie? It's a good book that subverts the zombie genre with engaging characters, a great story, and fun action. So this is the book for you. Go get it off of Amazon. It's $12.99 for the paperback and $5.99 for the Kindle edition. The link is in the description below.